What's wrong with that statement? Everything? That's retarded. An intellectual doesn't mean that you don't like sex. Like, you can be real smart and love sex. In fact, you could be a connoisseur of sex as a smart guy, as an intellectual. That's the most retarded statement ever. Smart people bone too, just as much as we do. You need to chill the fuck out. If you don't think smart people bone, you are retarded. I mean, there's no other way I can word it. You're retarded. Smart people go to college. People in college bone all the time. There you go. Enough said. Professors are professors, and they sleep with their students all the time. They must know a little bit about some shit. I think that's the most retarded statement ever. An intellectual, somebody who's found something more interesting than sex. Fuck that. That's retarded. Like, well, I guess because it's worded that way, it's understandable. But even still, like, I don't think an intellectual necessarily considers whatever he's real smart about, or in general smartness, more interesting than sex at all. Actually, he probably loves sex and he loves being smart, but he probably likes sex more. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that even if he was an intellectual, he'd still love sex, unless he had some real bad sex. But I don't know how bookworms do with sex, because I've never been one. Like, I'm a geek or a nerd or whatever you want to call it because I play video games, but it's never really hindered me from being with the ladies, because I like to party more than I like to drink, or then I like to drink more than I like to game. How about that? That's a better way to word it.
An intellectual is someone who has found something other than sex to think about. Well, necessarily, what is it? I can think about sex, but I can also think very intelligently. So I don't see how that really makes sense. I mean, if someone could stop thinking about sex, you're going to be a lot smarter, because that's one part of the brain that's not thinking, oh, I got to ride someone, I've got to ride him, I got to, No. But I don't really think you can be, I think you can be an intellectual without thinking about sex, but you got to find that there's something you're more passionate about other than sex. So, in a way, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I think the only thing wrong with that statement, though, is the fact that it almost signifies that you can't be smart unless you don't stop, unless you can't be an intellectual, I guess would be the best way to, as it says, unless you stop thinking about sex. And I think you can be an intellectual and still think about sex, but you just have to moderate the way you think about it. So, yeah, but the way I guess the statement's being put is that you have to stop thinking about sex totally and think about other things. I think if you have something you think about more than sex, then you should be very intelligent about that. But I mean, you shouldn't be able to stop thinking about sex. I mean, I think it's almost impossible to not think about sex at least at one point in your life, or just think about it a few times a day. It's okay. I mean, it's just human nature, I guess. I mean, just hormones. That's all it is.
The afterglow, like, everybody talks about it, but there really is an afterglow. Like, when, I guess to me, great sex would be like really emotional sex. Like, not like, oh, let's be real slow like Marvin Gaye shit. No, like, I mean, it could be crazy angry sex, but I mean, like, the like feeling in the middle, like the lust for just that person, and like the moment, like when both of you just realize how important you are to each other. Because, like, that's, I think that's the best part, is the moment when you realize how much this other person that you're with means to you. I mean, it could be like in the moment, like in the middle of an orgasm, or in anything, at any moment. That's the best part. And like how good like the after sex cuddles are could tell you exactly how good your sex was. Like, if you just had like good sex or okay sex, like normally the after sex cuddles aren't very fun, like they're just kind of relaxing, blah 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 blah. But like when you have really good sex, normally they're like real close, like there's a lot of emotion, you guys talk to each other, say nice things, stuff like that. Like, I had that before and it was absolutely incredible, and I think I've only had that really like once or twice. So I mean, I wouldn't say that that's the only way you could have great sex. Like, you could have real McNasty sex that doesn't have awesome after cuddles afterwards, because it was just real nasty and crazy and awesome. Like, I've had that great sex too. But I mean, I think the greatest sex is that moment. That's how you realize. That's when you see the moment. There was no comedy in that. When you put your thumb in their butt, that is when you know you've had great sex. Do it.
Okay. Great sex. Best way I can put it is this. Fireworks exploding as atomic bombs are going off. At the same time, you're hearing this massive cheer of people almost surrounding you, like a million people are around you, cheering you on as the girl is screaming her head off, wanting more, and you're going in, and she just digs her nails into you, kind of thing. And in reverse, you feel amazing because the way she gets on you, she can't take your hands off you, it seems. Yeah, that is great sex. That basically just tells you that if you can make a woman feel like she could not have anything better than that, you have had great sex. That is, in my opinion, the best way you could ever have great sex. Okay, there's possibly better ways, but I would say that's just one of the ways you know you've had great sex. At least in my, again, just what I think.
Is there anything better than sex? Yeah, tons of things are better than sex. I think love's better than sex, but they kind of go hand in hand. So, I mean, you still get the best of both worlds. That's the only thing I could think of, though. If you ask me, I think like emotion is better than sex. You know, so no. After sex cuddles are probably up there with sex because after sex cuddles are awesome and normally lead to more sex, which is awesome. So after sex cuddles are up there. That's all I can think of, man. Like, really, being in love, after sex cuddles. But I wouldn't call them better. They're like on par. Sometimes the sex is better. Most of the time, sex is better. That's it.
All right. Anything better than sex? I don't think there really is anything better than sex. The sheer fact that if you've ever had sex, you'll know why. Because it's one of the biggest pleasures. It's better than chocolate. It's better than food. I mean, food's good and all, but I mean, if I could get all my nutrition just from sex, I wouldn't ever eat food again. Because technically, it's the best thing in the world. I mean, if I had to choose between taking a world tour around the whole world and seeing all of its glory and beauty and having sex with some hot chicks for a year, moderately obviously, but for a year, yeah, I would choose option 2 because eventually I would find a way to go see the world. But having sex for that long, in a moderate setting for a year with hot chicks, yeah, I don't think I could do. I don't think I could ever see myself choosing another side. So, yeah, I would choose. I would have to say there's nothing better than sex.
It was fun. These questions were more like real. Like some of them were serious. Like I like a lot of those actually. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a weird mood. I don't feel as crazy as normal. You like this shirt? This is the shirt that Eric has to what the fuck Eric or whatever that trolls Batsu sometimes. I love the guy. I just don't really get to talk to him very much. We have the same shirt. I'm wearing it for you. I changed my shirt actually before this because I was wearing a gay shirt that like I just wear before I go to sleep because it's real comfortable. But yeah, so it was fun. I like doing these actually. I like them a lot. I like making videos. I just don't know how to edit, so I don't really want to do it. Which is why my lesson in DJing is taking so long because I want to like at least do something. I'm probably gonna end up doing nothing for the video too because I can't figure shit out. But yeah, I mean it was fun. Hopefully I'll have my video out this week at some point in the middle of the week. Hopefully, I mean I work a lot, which sucks, but I can edit at work because I take my laptop because I'm a nerd and I play Fallout. But yeah, work. Yeah. So I mean, this video ran a little longer than I wanted it to, so I'm sorry 2JK is gonna cut out a bunch of this shit. You're not gonna see it. So fuck you, Batu, fuck you. He's probably gonna keep that too and fucking spite at me. Fucking, I swear to God, 2JK, it's over if you keep it. That's it. No more sex.